Hey unicorns, it's Skye. Last weekend, Insurgent the movie came out, which is the sequel to Divergent. So for those of you who haven't seen my second video, it is a Divergent book review, and this is going to be, as you can tell by the title, an Insurgent book review. If you haven't read the series, I'm going to tell you not to watch this video because I am not holding back. I'm going to be completely giving out spoilers, and there isn't going to be much that I'm not saying. Like, I'm going to be just kind of telling the storyline and how I felt about everything. I hope you don't mind that I'm going to be calling for Tobias in this. It is his real name. It is what Triss starts to call him after she learned his name. So I'm just going to go by that because it's kind of what's more natural to me. In the end of Divergent, Triss, For, Caleb, Marcus, and Peter are all on a train. They end up running to Amity, which is the peaceful faction, for kind of like a safe haven because, you know, they're really afraid since Triss and Tobias, aka For, are, you know, they're Divergent. Peter is not. He's one of like the bad guys, which you don't really know why Triss and For were like, hey, let's bring him along. Marcus just so happens to be the leader of Abnegation, Tobias' father, and kind of on the evil side. Like, you think he was doing wrong by his faction, although you don't really know at this point. So you're kind of confused on why he's on the train. You see that a girl from Abnegation, who I think Triss knows just from growing up and being around the same people all the time, she asks her if she could put her hair in a braid, and she does, and then she cuts it for like a new look, for a new start, just something new. And that's why she has short hair throughout the entire thing. One funny part of the book is Tobias actually says, "How are you, Beatrice?" Or like something like that. Beatrice? I've never called her by her real name, so I'm not exactly sure how to say it. He says Beatrice, and she's just like, what? That's not my name. You don't call me that. What are you doing? So Tobias's mom is actually the leader of Factionless at this point, and you thought she was dead. So, ghost from the past. Woo! She's back. She's leading the Factionless, which are people who basically failed initiation. Erudite and Dauntless soon arrive at Amity. They're looking for Triss and Tobias, and the three of them, well, the two of them and Caleb actually end up fleeing the scene, you know. They end up getting to Candor, where they are asked or forced, I don't remember which, but one of those, to take the truth serum test thing, which is like what crimes they've committed. They have to just tell the truth under the serum. Now, kind of like the fear landscape, Triss can defy it. So can Tobias, but they're both able to resist it. So, you kind of like panic when she's in it because you don't know if she's going to be telling the truth or if she's going to lie to protect people or not. So it gives you a lot of stress. Somewhere in there, Eric is actually killed, and oh my god, you are like, yes, please, you needed to die. Like, he was evil on so many levels. But one thing that follows Triss throughout the entire book, it's actually how it starts, is how she killed Will, who was Christina's boyfriend. The entire book she has guilt and regret, and it's just like eating at her the entire time. But she realizes by the end of it, if she didn't shoot him, she would be dead. At one point in the book, Triss finds a serum that is basically forcing two Dauntless to jump off of some building. She realizes that it's basically a message from Janine that if Triss or any Divergent doesn't come up and basically tell them where Divergents are, where they're hiding, and anything else that Erudite might want, then that's gonna happen every night. Triss actually goes in the middle of the night, basically gives herself up, turns herself in, even though she's done nothing wrong. And at this point, you want to kill her. Because you're like, you can't die. Tobias just made you promise that you wouldn't go to Erudite to give up your life. And like, so many people are depending on you. Like, the entire time she's like, look at me, I'm a target. You want to be able to like go inside her mind and just hit the part of her brain that thinks that that's logic. Not smart. It doesn't work. She doesn't die, but she comes pretty close. Peter, who beat her up during Dauntless initiation, he saves her life. He replaces a death serum with a serum that basically paralyzes her temporarily. Tobias and Peter help Tris and Tobias leave the Dauntless compound after he's like, Tris, where did you go? I'm gonna kill you. Come back, please. You realize that there's information about the city, the factions, and outside of the fence that Tris's parents died to save, and so that Janine wouldn't get her hands on it. It's something that both Janine and Tris want, and in the end of it, Tris does get the flash drive or like the CD, whatever it is. She gets the information because Tobias is so good in the control room and like technological things and steals it from the erudite. It's a video of Tris's, bear with me, great grandmother saying her real name and then her name with the last name of Pryor. You don't know why she changes it. You don't know what is going on whatsoever. And you are left with a line that I'm almost positive, if I have a good memory, and then the yelling started. You're just left staring at the book in confusion, in pain, and a little bit of anger. Like, what is going on? What is going on? You're like, who is this woman? Where did she come from? What is going on? What is the information that they're trying to save? What is outside the fence and beyond the train tracks? I hope you guys enjoyed this. If you did, please give it a big thumbs up. To check out my last video, click on Buddy. Click on me to check out my channel or subscribe. And I hope you guys had a wonderful day. I will talk to you guys next Saturday. Bye!